Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. And if you have been following along, welcome back to another doll-filled adventure. Today, we're diving into my collection once again. But before we get started, have you watched part 1 yet? If not, I highly recommend checking it out. Now we're diving into a part of my collection that is both exciting and incredibly overwhelming. My Truly Me dolls and customs. So I decided to split this part of the video into 3 parts since it's going to be way too long if I'm going to leave it as one video. Now without further ado, let's get into it. In no particular order, here are my Truly Me dolls and customs. Truly Me number 4, Chi. Chi is hands down my favorite Truly Me doll. If I have to pick one AG doll that resembles me the most, it would be her. She has such a distinct and, in my opinion, the most Asian-featured doll American Girl has ever released, which makes her extra special to me. To top it off, she's also incredibly rare, so the fact that I was able to find her feels like fate. I adore her, and she will always have a top spot in my collection. Truly Me number 9, Sydney. For a while, Sydney has an identity crisis. Before I had an official Samantha doll, I used her as a stand-in, dressing her up in Samantha clothes and imagining her in that role. But when I finally got a real Samantha, I had to give her a new identity. I settled on the name Sydney, inspired by the beautiful city in Australia, a place I dream of visiting someday. Maybe one day, I'll take Sydney with me when I finally make the trip. Truly Me number 12, Kismet. Originally, this doll was named Kimmy, after the movie character played by Eugene Domingo, If You Know, You Know. But over time, something just didn't sit right. I had this odd feeling that she didn't really like her name. Call it intuition or just me being extra, but I decided she needed a fresh start. So I renamed her Kismet, which means destiny. It just felt right, and ever since then, she seems to have embraced her new identity. Samara, the mystery doll. Samara is my very first American Girl doll, so she holds a lot of sentimental value. However, when I first got her, I was so confused about who she really was. The seller claimed she was a Samantha doll, but something felt off. Her greenish eyes didn't quite match the classic Samantha look. I started doing some digging and eventually learned about the slate-eyed Samantha variation. That's when everything clicked. She really was a rare version of Samantha. Mystery solved. I named her Samara, inspired by Samara Morgan from the horror movie The Ring. Because let's be honest, those slate eyes definitely give off eerie vibes sometimes. Truly Me number 20, Tempest. I wanted a name that was bold, powerful, and full of energy. So Tempest was born. She carries an air of mystery, like a brewing storm, and I feel like her name suits her perfectly. Truly Me number 21, Calliope. Some people don't love pin curls, but honestly, I adore them. I think they give her such a unique and vintage charm. There's just something about Calliope that feels whimsical, elegant, and a little dramatic. So I named her after Calliope, the Greek muse of epic poetry. She looks like she has stories to tell. I love giving my dolls meaningful names. Many of them are inspired by people I admire, favorite stories, or even fun, personal connections. Some of these dolls have gone through identity changes, while others were instant name matches. Here's a closer look at this special batch. Truly Me number 22, Christina. Meet Christina, named after the one and only Christina Aguilera, one of my favorite singers. I have a habit of naming dolls after people I look up to, and Christina is no exception. Every time I see her, I can't help but think of the powerhouse vocals and high energy performances. Now, if only she could belt out beautiful on command, she'd be perfect. Truly me number 24, Yuki. I have always been fascinated by snow, even though I don't get to see it often, so when I got this doll, I wanted a name that captured that wintry magic. Yuki means snow in Japanese, and it felt like the perfect fit. Every time I look at her, I imagine her wrapped in a cozy coat, standing in a dreamy, snow-covered landscape. Maybe one day, I'll take her on a snowy adventure. Truly me number 25, Vasilisa. Vasilisa is inspired by Vasilisa the Beautiful, a heroine from Russian folklore. If you've never read her story, it's an amazing fairy tale filled with mystery, magic, and resilience. I've always loved fairy tales, and I imagine my Vasilisa as a modern-day princess, graceful, strong, and full of adventure. Truly me number 27, Taylor. Yes, Taylor is named after none other than Taylor Swift. Because let's be honest, once a Swiftie, always a Swiftie. If I could dress her up in different eras of Taylor's style, I totally would. My absolute favorite Taylor Swift song is Wildest Dreams. The dreamy, cinematic feel of it just gets me every time. What's your favorite song? Truly me number 31, Martinique. This doll actually had a different name at first. I originally named her Nova, but over time, I just didn't feel like it suited her. I wanted something more regal, so I renamed her Martinique, inspired by the idea that many queens have come from there. The name feels elegant and sophisticated, which fits her vibe perfectly. Truly me number 32, Braylon. Braylon's name was chosen because of its meaning: strong, virtuous, and honorable. Those are qualities I admire in people, and I wanted a doll that carried that kind of energy. She's my fearless leader of the bunch, always looking confident and ready to take on the world. Truly me number 33, Cheryl. Yes, she is named after Cheryl Blossom from Archie Comics. I've always loved Cheryl's confidence, beauty, and flair. She's bold, stylish, and a little dramatic, in the best way. My Cheryl has that same glamorous aura, and I imagine her being the most fashion-forward of all my dolls. I wouldn't be surprised if she had a closet full of red outfits. Truly me number 37, Mignonette. At first, Mignonette was my stand-in for Mia Sinclair, since they have a similar look. But once I finally got my hands on an actual Mia, she needed her own identity. I decided to name her Mignonette, which means cute in French. And honestly, I can't think of a name that suits her more. She's the definition of adorable, with a soft and sweet expression that makes me smile every time I see her. And there you have it, another round of my Truly Me dolls. There are still so many more to introduce. I love sharing their stories, and I hope that you're enjoying meeting them as much as I enjoy collecting them. Now more of my Truly Me dolls in special editions. Truly Me number 41, Marikit. Meet Marikit, my Filipino-inspired doll. Her warm complexion reminded me so much of traditional Filipino beauty, so I wanted to give her a name that reflected that. Marikit means pretty in Filipino, which is just perfect for her. She's always wearing a barat saya, one of the Philippines' traditional dresses, and this outfit is extra special because it was custom made by my talented friend. Every time I see her, I feel a little sense of home, and she probably represents my culture in my collection. Truly me number 47, Ashanti. Ashanti holds a special place in my heart because she was my first doll with the Sonali face mold. I remember the moment I unboxed her. I was instantly captivated by how unique she looked. There's just something about her soft yet striking features that makes her one of my absolute favorites. She has such a strong presence in my collection, and I love styling her in bold and elegant outfits to match her confident energy. Truly Me number 50, Adelaida. Originally, Adelaida was called Ada, but over time, I started to feel like the name didn't suit her as much. I wanted something a little bit more elegant and regal, so I chose Adelaida, a name that keeps the same rhythm but feels more refined and timeless. I picture her as a kind of doll that would belong to royalty, always dressed in graceful, flowing outfits with an air of sophistication. Truly Me number 54, Song Hye Kyo. This doll is named after one of my favorite Korean actresses, Song Hye Kyo. I've always admired her beauty and talent, so when I got this doll, I immediately knew that she had to have her name. To make her even more special, I had my friend, Des, custom make a traditional Korean hanbok for her. Now she looks like she's ready to step straight out of a historical drama. Truly Me number 62, Eugenie. Some dolls just have that instant wow factor, and Eugenie is one of them. I honestly think that she's one of the most beautiful dolls in my collection. I wanted her to have a name that reflected her grace and excellence, so I chose Eugenie, which means noble and excellent. There's something so effortlessly elegant about her, and she's always one of the best dressed dolls on my shelf. Betty Twin, Charlotte. I don't typically collect Betty babies or Betty twins, but she's been with me for a while, so I thought she deserved a little spotlight. She had some unfortunate bangs when I got her, so I decided to give her a fun makeover with some pink hair extensions. She has a totally unique look that makes her stand out among my collection. Betty Baby, Mei Lee. This is Mei Lee, my one and only Betty Baby. I've never really been drawn to collecting Betty babies, but when I saw her, I knew I had to have her. She's the only one I ever like because she looks Asian like me, and that connection makes her feel extra special. She's the sweetest little addition to my collection, and I love how she brings a different kind of charm compared to my other dolls. Truly Me number 7, Enma Ai. This doll had to have an anime-inspired name, and what better name than Enma Ai from Hellgirl. If you're a fan of the anime, you'll know exactly why I chose that name. Mysterious, dark, and a little eerie, but undeniably beautiful. I always imagined her having a quiet yet powerful presence among my dolls, like she's secretly watching over them all. Truly Me number 10, Ophelia and Piper. They're twins. Both Truly Me number 10 dolls. The first thing that drew me to them was their stunning laser green eyes. Seriously, they're mesmerizing. Even though they're identical, I like to imagine them having complete opposite personalities. Maybe Ophelia is the quiet, bookish twin, while Piper is the outgoing, adventurous one. Either way, they make an eye-catching duo in my collection. Every one of them holds a special place in my collection, whether because of their unique looks, meaningful names, or custom outfits. There are still so many more to share. Which doll from this batch is your favorite? Let me know. Custom number 3, Tabitha. She's a Truly Me number 13. Tabitha is incredibly special to me because she's my first ever trans doll. In her backstory, she was originally assigned male, but I always knew she was meant to be female. When I customized her, I wanted her to look to reflect both her inner strength and softness, so I gave her a style that was both elegant and confident. She's a reminder that everyone deserves to live their true selves, and she carries that message proudly in my collection. Custom number 4, Katie. She's a Truly Me number 16. Katie is actually the first doll I ever customized, which makes her super sentimental to me. I named her after Katy Perry because let's be honest, Who wouldn't want a doll inspired by a pop queen? At one point, I even tried recreating some of Katie's iconic looks for her. Yes, there was a California Girls inspired outfit. Don't judge me. She has always been my fashion forward doll, and I love trying out different styles on her. Custom number 5. Monica, Truly Me number 16. Unlike my other customs, Monica was already customized when I got her. She came to me with this stunning wig that made her look so polished and elegant. I just had to keep it. I think of her as the effortlessly stylish doll. You know, the kind that always looks put together without even trying. She's basically the doll equivalent of that one friend who somehow makes sweatpants look chic. Custom number 6. Sailor Moon, Truly Me number 17. This one is pure nostalgia for me. Sailor Moon was my childhood hero, so when I got the chance to transform a Truly Me number 17 into her, I jumped at it. I went all out. Her signature blonde pigtails, celestial accessories, and even her iconic outfit, which I found from an amazing custom doll artist. She is Sailor Moon all year round, and every time I see her, I feel like I'm transported back to my anime-loving childhood. Custom number 8. Carrie, Truly Me number 24. Carrie started out looking just like Yuki, another one of my Truly Me number 24 dolls, so I had to find a way to make her stand out. The solution? Curl her hair. It gave her a completely new look, and I love how it turned out. As for her name, I just couldn't resist naming her after Stephen King's Carrie, one of my all-time favorite horror characters. She's a total badass, and I like to imagine her as my collection's resident telekinetic queen. Custom number 9. Candace, Truly Me number 24. Candace has gone through quite the dramatic transformation. She originally had super colorful hair, which I thought was fun but didn't quite match her energy. So I swapped it for this gorgeous blonde wig, and I upgraded her eyes with gray Dallas Co eyes. And wow, what a glow up! Her name, Candace, means Queen Mother, which I think suits her perfectly because she definitely carries herself like royalty. Custom number 10. Saoirse, Truly Me number 27. I named this beauty Saoirse after Saoirse Ronan, long before I even knew how to pronounce it properly. Seriously, I spent months saying it wrong before I finally got it right. Thank you, YouTube pronunciation guides. Even though her name was chosen on a whim, it ended up suiting her perfectly. She has this classic old Hollywood kind of elegance, so I imagine her as the sophisticated artist of my doll family. Custom number 11. Salem, Truly Me number 33. Out of all my dolls, Salem has had the most name changes, and each one represents a different phase of my collecting journey. At first, she was Snow White because I dressed her up in a Snow White costume, and I love how fairy tale-like she looked. Then she became Darna, a tribute to the iconic Filipino superhero. But as I moved out of my superhero phase, I wanted something a bit darker and more dramatic. Enter Salem, my gothic heroine. She now wears deep, rich colors and has this mysterious poetic aura. Think ancient ruins, candlelit libraries, and a touch of the supernatural. She's easily one of my most dramatic and fascinating customs. Each one of my dolls had been transformed with love, creativity, and a little bit of trial and error. Seriously, swapping wigs is not as easy as it looks. Customizing dolls allows me to bring my imagination to life, and I can't wait to share more of my unique creations with you. Which of my customs is your favorite? Do you have any customs in your collection? Let me know in the comments! Truly Me number 34. Skylar. Skylar started out looking completely different before I gave her a full makeover. I rewig her with a curly gray wig, and wow, did it change her entire vibe. The soft gray curls give her such a mystical, ethereal quality, like she just walked out of a fantasy novel. I named her after Skylar Grey, one of my favorite singers, because she has the same moody, artistic energy. She definitely looks like she would sit by a rainy window, writing poetry while sipping a cup of tea. Truly Me number 42, Harnas. This doll's name is a tribute to Miss Universe 2021, Harnas Sandhu, who hails from India. I actually got her right about the time Harnas won, so the name just felt meant to be. In Sanskrit, Harnas means everyone's pride, which I think is such a beautiful meaning. Harnas, the doll, carries herself with an elegance and grace befitting a beauty queen, and I imagine she would be the most poised and confident member of my doll family. Truly Me number 43, Bea Luigi. Another doll, another beauty queen tribute. Bea Luigi was named after Beatrice Luigi Gomez, Miss Universe Philippines 2021, since I also got her around the time she won. When I first received her, she had a haircut that wasn't exactly flattering, so I curled her hair to give it new life, and it turned out to be one of the best decisions ever. The curls frame her face beautifully and make her look even more adorable. I love how sometimes a simple styling change can completely transform a doll's personality. Truly Me number 80, Lilith. This doll has a name that's as mysterious and darkly enchanting as she is. I named her Lilith after the legendary figure known as Adam's first wife, who later became the mother of monsters in folklore. Her name translates to night monster, which fits her perfectly because she has such a bold, enigmatic aura. If my dolls were characters in a story, Lilith will be the intriguing anti-heroine with a past shrouded in mystery. Custom Addie, Ursula, formerly Rosalind. This doll started out as an Addie Walker, and she's been through a bit of an identity crisis. Originally, I named her Rosalind, after a character from the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. But the problem? I really don't like that character. The more I look at my doll, the more I felt like the name didn't suit her. So, I decided to rename her Ursula, after one of the most iconic Disney villains of all time. Now, she truly embraces her villainous, sea witch energy. And I love that for her. She looks like she belongs in a powerful, dark fairy tale. And I imagine she would be the queen of deep sea magic in my doll universe. Custom Caroline Abbott, Aquamarine. Aquamarine has a bit of a bittersweet story. When I first got her, I was so disappointed. Her original, beautiful, soft curls had been cut so short, and I couldn't help but feel bummed. But since I already have another Caroline in perfect condition, I decided to make peace with her and turn her into something new. Inspired by the 2006 movie Aquamarine, which was one of my childhood favorites, I gave her a mermaid makeover, and I imagined her as a playful, mystical sea spirit. Even though she's not exactly like the Caroline Abbott I originally wanted, she's now a completely unique doll with her own magical story. Custom Grace Thomas, Winona. Meet Winona, my custom Grace Thomas with pink and teal highlights. Her name is of course inspired by the incomparable Winona Ryder, who I think has one of the most uniquely beautiful faces in Hollywood. I wanted this doll to stand out from my other dolls, so I gave her fun, vibrant streaks of color to reflect Winona Ryder's edgy, unconventional style. She gives off 90s grunge meets modern punk vibes, and I imagine her being the artistic rebel of my doll family. The type who spends her nights sketching in dimly lit cafes or starring in indie films. It's amazing how a simple wig swap, hairstyling, or name change can give a doll a whole new personality. These dolls, whether they're official Truly Me releases or customs, all have their own little quirks, transformations, and stories that makes them special to me. Which of my dolls do you love the most? Do you have a favorite custom doll in your collection? Let's chat in the comments. Edith, the fashion icon. Edith started her journey as an Ivy League doll, but now she has a brand new look and identity. I named her after the legendary Edith Head, one of the most influential fashion designers in Hollywood history. If you've ever seen those stunning, glamorous old Hollywood gowns, chances are she was the mastermind behind them. But there's more to the name than just fashion. Edith also means rich and blessed. And who wouldn't want a little extra fortune in their life? She now rocks a Truly Me number 33 wig, giving her an elegant yet sophisticated air. If my dolls had careers, she would undoubtedly be the chic fashion designer, sketching out avant-garde designs while sipping on an espresso in a stylish Parisian cafe. Juvelian, my beautifully transformed gem. What started as a simple Josefina Montoya has now become a doll with a story all her own. Originally named Linda, she was lovely as she was, but I had a vision. I wanted her to be distinct, to stand out in a way that felt uniquely her. First, I curled her hair to soften her look, giving her a romantic, almost storybook-like charm. But then, I took things a step further and decided to dye her. This was one of the boldest customization choices I have ever made, and let me tell you, it was a nerve-wracking experience. The color turned out a bit redder than expected, but honestly, I adore it. Sometimes, the best transformations come from those little surprises. Now she has this warm, rich tone that makes her feel even more special. Of course, a doll this unique needed a name to match, and who better to inspire her than Juvelian from Father, I Don't Want This Marriage. Just like her namesake, my Juvelian is elegant, strong-willed, and full of hidden depths. There's something about her that makes you do a double take. Maybe it's her striking new look, or maybe it's the air of mystery she carries. Either way, she's truly one of a kind. Mariah, the ultimate diva. Now here's a doll who demands attention. Mariah, also originally a Josefina Montoya, was destined for stardom from the moment she entered my collection. Of course, I named her after the vocal legend herself, Mariah Carey. But Mariah's transformation didn't stop with just a name. She now sports Felicity's signature bright green eyes, which make her stand out even more. And the cherry on top? A doll-of-a-kind wig that I actually won in a contest. That makes her extra special because I always associate her without moment of luck and excitement. If my dolls had talents, Mariah would be the one hitting the high notes effortlessly while draped in glittering gowns and diamonds. Catriona, the beauty queen. Some dolls just have that regal aura, and Catriona is one of them. Originally a Julie Albright, she underwent a complete personality shift and is now named after Catriona Gray, one of the most iconic Filipina beauty queens. Much like her namesake, this doll exudes grace, intelligence, and a striking presence. I imagine her strutting down a runway in a gorgeous lava red gown, just like Catriona did when she won Miss Universe. She would definitely be the queen of poise and elegance in my collection. Sabrina, the spellbinding witch. Another Julie Albright, but this time with a much darker and more magical twist. I named her Sabrina, after none other than Sabrina Spellman, the teenage witch. She now has a pair of Dalasco blue-green eyes, which add an almost supernatural depth to her stare. Sabrina has an air of mystery, and I love to imagine her as the doll who spends her night reading spell books, collecting crystals, and casting good luck charms for the rest of my collection. If there was ever a doll that seemed like she might secretly have magical powers, it's her. Coraline, a symbol of luck and fortune. Coraline was originally a Kaya doll, but now she has a completely different look and feel. She sports a beautiful curly afro, which gives her a bold and radiant personality. Her name means fortune, health, and spirituality. And I love that because she truly looks like a doll who carries positive energy whenever she goes. And I imagine her as a type who would be a free spirit, always embracing new adventures and inspiring others to do the same. Kyra, a bold transformation. Kyra is another custom who evolved quite a bit over time. She started off as a Kaya doll, but her wig journey has been quite the ride. At one point, she had a blonde Julie wig, which gave her a soft California girl aesthetic. But something felt off. Then last year, I decided to switch things up and give her a Luciana wig. And wow, what a difference! The darker, slicker look suits her so much better, and now she gives up futuristic, sci-fi heroine vibes. I can totally see her as a space explorer or a tech-savvy genius in a dystopian world. One of the most exciting things about doll collecting is that you don't have to stick to the default versions of your dolls. With a little creativity, a new wig, a different pair of eyes, or even just the right name, you can create a doll that feels one of a kind. Do you have any customized dolls in your collection? Which of these transformations do you love the most? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear more about your favorite custom dolls too. Perry, the pop star beauty. Perry started off as a Rebecca Rubin doll, but now she's taken on a whole new identity. I named her after Perry Edwards from Little Mix, who I think is absolutely stunning. There's something about this doll's features that remind me of the real Perry. She has that effortlessly beautiful, yet fierce energy. I imagine if my doll had their own world, Perry would be the lead singer of a famous girl group, belting out high notes and sealing the show with her charisma. Chanel, the Enchanting Fairy. Chanel is one of my most recognizable dolls, and if you watch my American Girl doll horror stories, you might have seen her play a fairy. She started out as a Sage Copeland doll, and I transformed her with a curly auburn wig and gave her movable eyes, making her look even more mystical. Now, she's one of my absolute favorites. I like to think of Chanel as my mystical storyteller, the doll who knows ancient secrets, casts protective spells, and lives in a world of fantasy and wonder. If I ever do another horror story, you would bet that Chanel will be making an appearance. Reagan, the doll with dreamer eyes. Reagan was originally a Samantha doll, but there was something about her soft, expressive eyes that made her instantly special to me. Unlike many of my customs, I kept her hair just the way it was, because it already felt perfect for her personality. I named her after Regan MacNeil, the infamous little girl from The Exorcist, which, fun fact, is my all-time favorite horror movie. Some might find that a spooky choice, but I love the contrast. My Regan isn't scary at all. Instead, I see her as a quiet dreamer, someone who spends hours lost in books and imagining far-off worlds. Blisselle, a gift from a kind heart. Some dolls are special because of the story behind them, and Blisselle is one of the most meaningful in my collection. She's a truly me number 67, and she wasn't one I originally planned to have until something incredibly heartwarming happened. I was talking in an AG group about how much I love this doll and hope to own her someday. Then out of nowhere, my friend Linda Heimer surprised me with the most generous gesture. She told me that she could gift Lizelle to me. Just like that. Moments like this remind me of how amazing the doll community can be. Now every time I look at Lizelle, I think of kindness, generosity, and the friendships I've made along the way. She will always hold a special place in my heart. So this concludes part 2 of All My Dolls video. However, we still have a long way to go because I still have so many dolls that I need to introduce to you. So I'll be posting part 3 and 4 very soon. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye!